let's dive into Quinn Ewers' tape.
Look at you smiling. Look at you smiling.
Love this guy. What stands out to you when you turn on the tape? If you're a general manager in the National Football League, what makes you say, I am all in on this guy, or I'm not so sure about it?
He beat out Arch Manning, for God's sakes, right?
That's right.
I mean,
2 years.
2 years in a row.
Yep.
That's impressive. He's very successful, very accurate, manages the game pretty damn good. Played at a very tough school, very good school, obviously. Good coach. Very productive.
Very productive.
Tough kid. Competitor. You gotta love him.
You do. I do.
You know who else was tough and very productive in college? Brock Purdy, right?
Yeah.
Good college career, not very big, 6'2", 210, same size, right? Same success. Brock Purdy, I think, played 4 years at Iowa State.
4 years, yeah.
A lot of people are going to take that. Hey, Brock Purdy can do it. Why can't we do it? Let's surround him with good receivers, good backs. We're not going to ask him to throw the ball 55 times a game. Let's throw some under routes to Debo Samuel, a quick screen to Brandon Ayuk, a little fade ball, Christian McCaffrey on the sideline. George Kittle on a flatten up. You know what I mean? So, yeah, maybe there's hope. There's some questions I have in his game. I just feel like his arm talent is a little odd. His shot puts it. His balls float on him a lot.
I've thrown the ball around with him a bunch, but I think he throws a very catchable football.
That's a pretty ball.
He layers it over defenders. The intermediate throws.
Oh, the high crosses.
Oh, they're beautiful.
Dropping over the linebackers, the hook players. It's like right in stride. It's some
That's
things
right.
of beauty.
And he does have a pretty quick release, right? They're good at the RPOs. He's got a little flick.
What's wrong with him?
How did we not win the national championship? I don't understand.
He didn't have any good receivers.
Yeah, right. He had a little list of them. There's guys that didn't even.
Wasn't very good.
Yeah, right. The running backs were good.
The corners weren't very good.
The O-line stunk, right? They're all getting drafted. I think if there's a knock on Quinn, it's just his durability, right? And I'm really not one to talk. I didn't get hurt in college, but I got hurt all the time in the NFL. But he's missed a ton of time.
He got hurt in the last game of the year.
Once, but nothing before that.
It was the last game of the national
4 years.
game.
He's just missed a bunch of time in the last 3 years, right? He's had various injuries. Yeah, I think there is probably a concern about him staying healthy at the next level.
He's not very big. He's not got a very big frame.
Yeah.
Right? He's got kind of like a Kirk Cousins frame, where it's kind of like more of a narrowly built frame, not real big. Yeah. Kurt stayed healthy other than his Achilles.
He did. But I think one thing that has jumped out to me kind of every year, his first year, his second year, even some this year, is when third downs, like when you don't really know what the coverage is going to be. People are disguised. You're playing Georgia. You're playing Ohio State. You're playing these teams that are well coached, are sound, and they're not going to show you one thing and just keep it that way, right? They're going to show you one thing and play another. He has struggled in those areas to be able to react and adjust and it's not man, it's zone. Where do I go? I think he's got to be able to prove that as he moves on to the next level.
If he can't do that, he's a reject, because that's what he has to be gifted at. He has to have that ability to read defenses and pick up blitzes and all that stuff to be a great backup his first couple of years. He could be a lifelong backup, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Play behind some good players, be drafted by Patrick Mahomes, if they lose Carson Wentz, be his backup for the next 10 years. And there's nothing wrong with that. To have that security blanket. If something happens to Patrick, we got a guy that knows exactly what to do, what to call, who to go to, and there's going to be drop-off skill-wise, but from a mental standpoint, he's got to be sharp. And I hear he's pretty sharp. You should know.
Smart.
But yeah.
He's a great kid. I like him a ton.
If I'm drafting Quinn Ewers, I'm drafting him to be a backup type guy. And there's been a lot of great backups. Let's go all the way back to like a Jason Garrett type backup type guy.
Yeah. 17 years.
17 years. I mean, that's where I see him. And if he's thrust into action, great. But I think that's his number one role right now. I could be dead wrong. He could be the damn NFL MVP next year.
What would be you just off the top of your head, what would be a good offensive schematic fit for him? If somebody were to draft him, where do you think that would be?
Like San Francisco, like late. They got Brock Purdy's situation going on. I'm not sure who their backup is right now. But yeah, somebody like that with an established quarterback there, younger type guy he can learn from. And the problem is, after three years, if you're a third, fourth, fifth round, you're going to be a free agent. So it's not like the team can keep you. But, he'll show some stuff in the preseason games and somebody might want to take a flyer on him. But, yeah, I think that's what he is. If anybody thinks he's going to come in year one and start, I mean, I think that's wishful thinking. There's got to be better options out there than Quinn at this time in the National Football League. But to come in your system and develop, learn the system, and be a quality backup, a great kid, smart. Yeah, I'm all for it.
Going back to some of the positives that Quinn has, quick release. It's natural. It's not like he's not working real hard to throw it, right? The downside to that is when he pushes the ball down, the ball just kind of floats. I mean, I've seen so many free safeties pick off go balls. That should never happen, right? I think his anticipation when we're talking about the quick slants, bubbles, quick out routes, stick routes, he is very accurate. He's on time. He's in rhythm. The shallow crosses, the high crosses, the intermediate stuff. I mean, some of the things are beautiful. I mean, he'll layer some things out there, and the ball just floats perfectly to Gunnar Helm, like tight end. Seam balls, great. Pushing the ball down the field, has been one of his challenges. And I think when you get into the red zone, like Texas really struggled in the red zone when the windows get tighter. Right, things have to be on time all the time. Some of that was kind of a little bit alarming, and I think those are areas that Quinn knows he needs to improve on. He will improve on. If he gets into a situation like a San Francisco, where he's with Shanahan, he got good receivers and good tight. I mean, they got skill everywhere. I think that'd be a pretty good fit for him.
It's a good fit for a lot of people, but the key is there's been a lot of guys drafted 21, 22, 23, 24. What sets his skill set apart from those guys, that are now backups or in third-team quarterbacks? Obviously, success he's had at Texas and all that good stuff. I just don't know what it is. Athleticism, no. Size, no. Arm talent, not really. You're counting on the fact that he's got it up here, and you said he struggles going to a second or third read in the red zone where where he has to excel. Yeah. Now you just made me have more doubt on the guy than I already had.
No, I'm trying to give you some encouragement.
Yeah,
you could say the same thing about Jackson Dart. He played for Lane Kiffin for 3 years. So Coach Sark's phenomenal play caller. He's learned a ton of football.
But Jackson is a good athlete. So if I'm taking Jackson Dart, I'm thinking, okay, if things break down, Jackson get me 10 yards. You know what I mean?
Well, that's really what the game's kind of turned into, right? Look at it. I mean, most guys are mobile. Most guys can move. Most guys can go get a first down or two every game. Him and Shedeur are probably down the list of guys that can do that in this draft.
Shedeur's probably a little better athlete than Quinn, isn't he? Close.
They move the least amount of anybody else that's in this draft.
Right.
But they could probably both go do it. I'm saying so what separates him from these other guys? Is there a chance that he could be the second or third quarterback off the board?
I think there's more of a chance he goes in the 6th or 7th round than he is second or third off the board. That's me, because of his size, his athleticism, his arm strength. I just don't know. Somebody's going to like him. He played a lot of good football at Texas, won a lot of big games, and you have to take that into consideration. He's won football games.
The pressures, the expectations, holding off Arch Manning for 2 years, and they've won. They went to this. Yeah. They were one game away 2 years in a row. The dude can play. He puts the ball in the money. He's got some durability issues.
Why is it when I watch the tape, I don't really get excited, Colt? Why is that? Explain it to me.
Who do you get excited about? Matthew Golden, Kelvin Banks, Jaden Blue, Isaiah Bond, Jahdae Barron. I mean, you can go down the list. Quinn managed the game very well for 3 years. I think he got a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit better. I mean, we were close every time. And he has some skills that are elite, right? He throws a beautiful ball. He's got good anticipation.
A nice ball.
He's got a quick release.
Tell me something that sets him apart.
I guess we'll find out when we go to the NFL.
Give me one thing. One thing.
You put me on the spot like that. I just told you.
It's your boy from Texas.
I just told you.
The eyes of Texas are upon you. We're drafting Quinn Ewers. Why?
He's a great kid.
Oh, geez. You're odd.
When he's at his best, the ball comes out on time and rhythm, and he knows exactly where he's supposed to go. The times where he's struggled is when he's confused.
He breaks a tackle.
No, it's when he's confused. It's when they're trying to, they're throwing a play action.
You can't get confused at quarterback coverage. If you're that type of guy.
I'm not saying he does that all the time.
You can't get confused. You have to be on top of every situation if you're that type of athleticism, that arm talent.
Correct.
You have to know exactly where everybody is at all times.
You're right.
Know where to go.
You're right.
Where's 1, 2, 3? No, bang, 4.
And I just told you, sometimes he does, and it's just not consistent. And so that
it has to be consistent if you have that skill set. That's why he's a 7th rounder.
No, he's not a 7th rounder.
6th?
He's going to be a second or third.
Friendly bet?
I guarantee you he goes before the 3rd round.
There are a lot of picks, those conditional picks in the 3rd round, so maybe. I'll say 6th.
Okay. We got into it on Quinn Ewers. That's my boy. I hope he does great. I hope he has a wonderful career in the NFL. He had a nice career at UT.
There's nothing wrong going in the 6th round either. That's not a knock.
Tom Brady.
Okay? It's not a knock. Brock Purdy.
That's right.
It's just the way scouts and people will see him.
He knows what he needs to get better at. If he can get in a situation on a good team and like Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy walked into a fantastic situation.
I just want you to understand.
We could have said the same thing about Brock Purdy.
It's not an insult to go to 6th round.
No.
It's not an insult, just so you know. It's still a great privilege to be drafted in the National Football League. Do not forget that. It's not an insult. I'm not making fun of him.
No. Okay. I don't feel that. We got to say the good things and the bad things about these guys. If you like these player breakdowns, make sure to subscribe to Clean Pocket. Jay and I breaking down all the quarterbacks headed into this draft. AQ and Justin have you covered on the offensive line. Drop a comment. Where do you guys see Quinn Ewers going? Drop a like.
Hell, I wasn't even drafted.
Clean Pocket is sponsored by BetterHelp. Think about your favorite leaders, mentors, and idols. They don't have all the answers, but they do know when to ask questions or seek support from their community. I can remember back in 2008, I was coaching with my brother for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He got fired. I got fired. Then when I was working with the Arena League as a head coach, the Arena League folded. So not only did I get fired from my brother's job in Tampa Bay, the Arena League, who I worked for and played for, also folded. So I had to rely on family and other people that I grew up with just to talk to and have some support and try to figure out my next move with 2 young children. It's very important to have a support group, tight family people, friends that know you and what you like, and also what you need to do moving forward, and have the confidence in your abilities as well. So it's a very difficult situation you can run into, but having help other than yourself trying to figure it out, or somebody you can talk to and help along the way, is very, very important. BetterHelp can be that support system for you. BetterHelp is a fully online therapy service that serves over 5 million people worldwide. You can access a diverse network of more than 30,000 credited therapists with a wide range of specialties. Build your support system with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/pocket today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/pocket.